Welcome back to another episode of the Speak Your Truth podcast, man. We are live, first outdoor episode. Shout out to the guys, 4K Tommy. Shout out Jeff. Shout out to all the guys in the crib. Shout out Mike, of course, always. Thank you. It's a pleasure
We back.
being on the show.
You already know we at.
We outside, man, and we got a great one today. It's gonna be a nice, genuine, authentic episode. You know, one of my childhood friends of mine, man. We grew up a little bit together.
Taught that nigga how he can't guard me all his life.
But yeah,
man. Can't guard me.
Yeah, man. A guy, he's stamping himself as a Burtonsville legend, man. So I gotta give him his credit. Y'all give him his shout outs, man. Xavier Reaves, man. Thank you for
shout out Xavier Reaves.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
We lit.
I don't think y'all know too much about him. If y'all do, this episode is gonna be a nice little reminder of who he is, man. But
he a sneaky bucket like on the court. He'll drop 25.
Oh no,
what the
fuck happened?
I
mean, at this point,
he'll drop 25. Be like, damn.
At this point, respect. Like, it's not sneaky no more, man.
It's not sneaky no more. It is. Now he's a threat.
It's not sneaky no more. And
all conference.
And he'll lock you up. Like,
and he will all defensive. That's why I taught him. All defense. He wasn't playing like that in high school. We played high school together. He wasn't playing like that in high school. All defense. If I taught that, that's me.
Let's be real. If anybody here to teach you how to play defense, it'd be me and Mike, bro.
It'd definitely not be Mike. It'd be.
What are you talking about?
All right.
Just cause
he capping.
All right. Like I really do that. Like tell him
I grew up playing basketball with Ant.
What?
I played with Mike for a year or two. I played with Ant for about 5 years before I met you. So
right.
I'm going.
I made him get serious in basketball. I asked Coach Juggins. I made him get serious, and when I started locking that up, he started getting serious in basketball. Look at him now. Shout out me. I'm gonna give myself some props, pat on my back, because none of them can guard me. In practice, he was not doing like that. He was not playing like that. He was not playing like this. He was not that great. He was not all defensive. He was not all this. But shout out you for being all that now.
All right.
Because that's me. But yeah.
Mike always want to step up. He
want some credit.
Yeah, look, I want some credit.
He ain't do nothing. You don't need
Don't make me pull out the huddle. Don't make me pull out. That's all I pull out.
Do not
the
pull
only thing that I remember Mike for doing is fouling people.
Wow.
So every time you guard me, it's a foul.
Wow.
We can call Juggins and ask him.
Oh Lord.
Shout out Juggins.
Yeah, that might be the greatest coach right there.
That might be the greatest coach. He had on 11 in the league.
Go for sure.
Yeah, the shot was crazy, but you know for fouling.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I know.
I guess it's called locks.
Oh man, so let's get into it, man. Zay, man, like I said, he's a childhood friend of mine, so I kind of got to saw you grow up when the Burtonsville Elementary, so that's how we got to know each other and grew up with each other. And back then, kind of people just looked at him, might have thought he was like a problem child, or he's not even a problem child, but more just just rebellious, up to some shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? So just to see who this man is now, like how much he's grown from that, and I've seen the growth in that way before, like behind the scenes. Like I just, some people I label it as like misunderstood, probably. You know what I'm saying, bro? So like just talk about it. You grew up with 4 brothers, man. I know probably 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what is it like? What is it? That probably where all that came from when you was younger.
Yeah, actually, I was a problem child. Most people don't know. It was like a 2-week stretch in middle school where I used to get whooped. I got whooped every single day for 2 weeks straight because I would get a phone call home.
Yeah.
I'm not doing my work.
Yeah, your mom didn't play. I remember that.
She didn't play. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But as time went on, I got used to the beating, so it didn't really hurt no more. So I was like, I'm gonna get in trouble and keep it moving. But I used to, back in that day, they used to have islands. So that's when you would sit like in the front desk by yourself.
Right.
Like
the island,
staring at the
Banneker
wall.
Islands,
but, I like that because I like my alone time. So I had to do that, draw on the desk, mess everything up. But
nigga say draw on the desk, draw on the desk, all that.
Right. Like if you're in a textbook and you see something like turn to page 53,
that was you.
That was you. Yeah, that was him.
Bad in the class, I picked the book under someone else's desk. So if the teacher tried to check, but don't tell no one I did.
Don't tell no one.
But that's just how it was, before I started really playing basketball. I used to basketball really would save me because if I got in trouble while playing basketball, then I couldn't play basketball.
Right.
So when I really found the love for the game, I was like, all right, I got to turn my act. I just went along with, like you said, growing up with 4 brothers.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. They taught me a lot. Growing up with them is a lot of fights.
Yeah, I believe that.
Snitching.
I know that.
A lot of snitching.
But they brothers, man. Like that, it happens. And you gotta think,
he was the one snitching.
But not
he was the one snitching. I saw it. Saw it firsthand. He was the one snitching.
But no, y'all brothers, it's you and D'Angelo. Y'all pretty much the closest in age. So like, I know y'all are probably the ones that getting into it a lot for real.
Yeah, it really depended on the day. James was really young. It was really me and Ant, because Ant a year apart from me.
Right.
So, like, we like twins, so I got all his hand-me-downs. We
Right.
wore the same stuff. We did the same stuff, played the same sports. So I would blame everything on him because, my mom wouldn't believe that.
Right.
Because James, he's like, he about 7, 9 years younger than me. So
Right.
I try to blame something on James, but she like, he wouldn't do that.
Right, yeah.
Because he would wake up at like 3 a.m. and start stealing cereal.
Right.
Like spilling it, messing up everywhere. He like, nah, James not going to do that. So like over time, like she started to realize, oh shit, James can actually do that. Like he'd be
Right.
climbing on top of the fridge,
Yeah.
stealing the snacks. That's why ain't no damn food in the house because he keeps stealing the food. But
That's how y'all boys so damn tall too.
yeah, just eating and sleeping.
Yeah.
That's what we like to do. And
Hibernating, yeah. Y'all like to,
he eat more than me, so that's
hibernating,
surprising.
nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how it was, But it's really me and my oldest brother, Chris. Most people don't know because
Chris.
he 30 plus, so
Right.
that's the oldest. And he got 3 kids himself, but we just do everything similar. Like he do IT, I do IT. He played football and basketball. I played football and basketball. So
Right.
just growing up, watching him do what he did, that's what really motivated was him
Right.
and all this stuff he did because he was reckless.
Right.
Growing up, he was reckless. He had the motorcycle. Got arrested once.
Oh man.
Did sign up for the military because he
Okay.
did get arrested, but he the reason like I do things. Like, he also played at Paint Branch. He
Okay.
played football though until he hurt his knee, and then in his career went to IT and just handled business from there. But that's how I was growing up. I learned a lot. I hated a lot. There was a lot of fights.
Yeah.
I fought each of them probably about 50 plus times.
Okay.
I fought Anthony one. That was probably the worst fight because I made his nose bleed because I was actually mad.
Yeah.
So I started beating
What he do to you?
Oh.
Say the real story. Say the whole story.
Nah,
Don't say, oh yeah, I hit him one.
I think
What he do to you? You left 2 years. What he leave you like?
Nah, I was good because he wasn't really mad. I wasn't mad one because
Right.
he just took some and he was a little bigger than me, so he didn't think I was serious. But until it started actually happening, but that's
so you
how it
started
is.
actually,
That's how I stopped pinning it on him.
So how did and you say all these fights and all this other stuff? You guys had an amazing relationship, of course. It's a black household. How did the basketball runs go between you and Ant or you and Chris?
So
And was it like the Michael Jordan stories? How y'all was scrapping too when y'all played 1-on-1? Did y'all used to go? Because they used to go to Fairland Rec.
Yeah.
So y'all
Yeah.
used to just
And
pair
Ant was
together
nice.
or
Ant was nice.
yeah, so
Ant was definitely nice.
Yeah.
it was always tough because, like I said, playing with Chris, he was always stronger because he had that football weight on him.
Right.
He's always aggressive. He had that like dog mentality.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I picked it up at, and he was always like trying to fight and trying to push you to go harder.
Yeah.
But like regardless of Ant, like I played basketball before Anthony did. Anthony
Yeah.
was just
I remember that.
he
yeah.
wanted to be with the ladies
Yeah.
and do all that other stuff.
I know. Yeah, we know
He
Ant.
just
But
wanna cool
we know
it,
Ant.
man.
We know
Yeah,
Ant.
shout out Ant.
Yeah, because I played football before I played basketball.
Yep.
Like, you
Well, White Oak, yeah,
you
well, White
and
Oak.
Jordan, the reason I came to basketball
Okay.
with Silver Spring
Smart, they
Tigers.
smart.
But we
Send
talk
your
about
ass
that
down
later.
in the middle with me
We're going
down
to talk
there.
about that.
Don't do that.
Well,
Ain't no protections, ain't no fouls in football, boy. You coming through the middle, ain't no fouling. I'm killing you.
I say yeah.
He
So
saved you. God bless you, because if you
Hey.
played that year,
I don't
it's
even.
over
I
for
don't
you.
even.
Taking your whole
And that's the
body
thing. I don't even.
Absolutely.
I
That's
don't,
from taking your whole body out.
No,
You're
you're
not
not.
gonna play again. Now you're gonna switch back to basketball. I'm gonna be the reason you switch back to basketball. Take your whole body out.
all
Shout
right.
out, yeah.
Yeah.
We're locking it,
Shout out to Jeff in the
We gonna
live
come
crowd.
back to basketball.
Shout out to live
Damn,
crowd.
now I'm getting locked up by the same nigga that took me out of football.
Yeah.
Shout out you though.
Whatever, man. Whatever. So no. So let's get into that because he I don't even want to look at it like that, right? Zay was one of the guys I was closer with in elementary school, right? As far as like we was just always outside on the playground, we playing basketball, like just casually as kids, pick up and stuff like that, right? And but the coach that I had that he mentioned, Silver Spring Tigers, I was playing. That was an organization, a little group that I've been with since I was probably about like 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? So it's like from growing with them, like we wanted to start building and added
You
pieces
play
to the
with
team.
Ant too?
Yeah. So I'm about to say, I'm about to get into that. So like it's just like. I got to a point where like they was trying to build an add-ons to the team. So they asked us. I was about like 10 years old. He was like, yeah, y'all go around to schools. Let me know if you'll find somebody that or see people that can hoop or whatever. Come play with us. I automatically thought of Zay. You know what I'm saying? Because like obviously like at the time I didn't think like he would be 6'6" and just go around go to Zula next to you. You know what I'm saying? I just saw a dude that I know I play with on the court. He has like the ability to play basketball. He's not bad. Like I'm not gonna put somebody. And I knew. For a basketball team like that, I didn't want to bring anybody that I know that was
mess up the chemistry.
not mess up chemistry. That would come in and just like they just want ball, like you know what I'm saying. Just people just want to ball and
play style too.
some similar, kinda. You know what I'm saying.
Ways, 2 ways.
True 2-way. You know what I'm saying. But I ain't gonna get into all that.
Depending on how you look at
Yeah,
it.
depending on how you look at it. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, and then just like I said, so like it's crazy because but that team, right? you know, we're going to talk about it, and this is why I really wanted to bring him on the show, because, you know, we talk about perception being reality on this podcast, right? Not allowing somebody else's perception of you to become your reality. Because he got cut from the team. Like, after playing with us for like 2 years.
Oh, wow. What did he get cut for?
Because his brother. You know what I'm saying? Anthony, it was crazy. I remember the game exactly. Like, it was a game at Tacoma Academy. We was playing some I forgot, it was like a league, a tournament, something out that joint. And it got to a point like he said, Anthony just don't give a fuck for real. Like, Anthony just like, you know what? It got to a point for him. He was like, fuck it, I'm done. Like, he got off the.
Shout out him. Shout out freedom. Shout out liberation, nigga. That's what you gotta do.
He literally he got up from the bench and left.
Cause who gonna tell you to sit down for that time?
And not even left. Like, cause you know Anthony, he was bigger than Zay at the time.
Yeah,
like
he's always been huge.
Yeah.
Y'all about the same height now, right?
Yeah.
About something. Yeah. Anthony was like, at that time, like we was what, 13, 14 or whatever. Yeah. Anthony was already like 6'3". So
yeah,
he was.
I think it was 6'4" actually.
6'4". Like he already on the court. This man is a presence clearly. Like, you know, we needed him. We needed somebody like him to help us win games. But it got to a point where Anthony's attitude kind of just said, fuck it. Like, I'm not dealing with this no more. And it shined a bad light on Xavier because that's his brother. So the next year he held a trial or whatever, and he got cut. But there's nobody better than him on the team. Yeah. Like outside of, obviously we had our core guys that we know we wanted to keep. I'm not gonna include myself in it, but like out of the guys that there was nobody outside of the people that he kept for whatever reasons that he kept them. You know, at this point now, like, we're grown. We can talk about it, but like, it's just like, why'd you cut him? Because of his brother. Like, it don't got nothing to do with who he is as a person.
And it's funny you even say that, even to bounce off, because in high school I felt like it was the same way too. It felt like he, not like because of your brother, I felt like you also had your own. But it was like, you know, him trying out for the team,
right? Him
starting,
right? Him
getting play time.
Yeah.
Can Zay, why are you having these class issues? Juggins would always bring it this, and that, and all this other stuff. But I always felt like that was something that dragged on upon you. And I would say props to you even before you even answer this question. Props to you for changing everything. You're way better than
himself.
Me.
No, he
way better than me. Yeah. Shout out to you. That's what changing your life around. For
so
sure,
yeah, talk about like how did that make you feel back then? That's what we want to get into.
Those narratives behind.
I mean, growing up, that's how Ant always was. He always had that nonchalant attitude. Like, some people say that's where I get it from, but like, he just didn't really care. He wanted to do his own thing. He wasn't gonna listen to what you had to say if it wasn't making him happy. But like you said on the court, he was a presence. He was big. He was strong, and it was not a shot that he didn't like. So he's shooting everything.
And he didn't like it, yeah.
I mean, after that situation, you know, I just talk with my mom, you know, 'cause that's my role model. That's my hero right there. She just talking about everything happens for a reason. And, you know, just don't let nothing stop you. And me growing up, I've always had a backup plan. So I've always, like, every situation. So when that happened, I was on the Instagram immediately talking to some of my friends that played for Maryland Excel. So I remember you did play for the church league team. So with Andrew, Ben, Milton, Mikey, all them. Shout out to all them guys.
Shout out to Coach Benji too, man, for sure.
Coach Benji, Coach
Steve, yep.
All them. So I hit them up, and then I started playing church league with them, and then that's when they created the Maryland Excel AAU team. So I joined them, you know, just to stay in shape, keep doing what I was doing, going into high school, and I just rolled with them until AAU was over. I also played with FBCG, First Baptist Church of Glen Arden.
Was that Cameron's dad?
Yeah, Cameron's dad, Coach Gill. I played with Jay Hurd, Rob, Darian, RIP Darian, you know, good man. Dion, you know, all of them. You know, go to church, you know, didn't play. Play for those two great coaches, you know, shout out Coach Craig, you know, that's my man. Craig, I don't know, he be sending me DMs every day. He got to chill.
Shout out Coach Craig.
Shout out Craig, man.
Tell him to chill on the DMs. I already know what's going on.
Yeah, but all that just motivated me. You know, like my dad, you know, he always instilled, like, never stop, always keep going. So I didn't let that stop me. It just motivated me. You know, in high school, like what Mike was saying, like, I didn't really care about school. Like, my grades, I just wanted to make the bare minimum, which was a 2.0, so I could stay on the team. But then when Coach Bowling came in, that's when he's like, if this is what you really want to do, you got to get your grades up. Right. So we have the study hall. I remember this one day on varsity, we was all on the backfield well, on the football field, James Valley, Jarrell Body, that's all them guys. D Brown, shout out D Brown.
Shout out D Brown.
And we all had bad grades. So D's and E's was
not D Brown though. I will say that he ain't never.
Not D Brown, but
he'll rather die than hear that D Brown. No, you were straight A's.
Straight A's, yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's a team effort. So one person down, we all down. So we all had to run bear calls. I think James Valley threw up actually. That's how bad it was. But that just all made us tougher. After that, I was like, I can't keep doing this. And then when I got my first college letter in the mail, which was from Field College. Yeah. I was like, okay, I could actually do something with this, so let me get on point. So I started going to study hall. I started taking study hall seriously. Right. Going in for lunch in Coach Julian's classroom, actually, just doing homework, staying on task, and just really telling myself in my mind, like, you can make something out of this. Keep working. Don't let up.
For sure.
So you felt like, because in your life, it always was your mom was the enforcer and all of that. I don't know. I'm not too into detail, but do you feel like Coach Bolin was the changing point in your life where you felt you gravitated to more of maturity and to more blossoming into your goal and to wanting to strive for what you want to dream to do? Because that's the same way in 10th grade, Miss Crump for Abbott changed my life.
Yep.
You also had Miss Crump.
Yeah,
what was the change? Who was the person? Your mom was always there, but who was that second or third add-on that helped push with that motivation, like Miss Crump was for me?
Yeah, Miss Crump was a part, but I actually did get kicked out of Abbott.
Yeah, I was on probation. I was on the licks of it, boy. Yeah,
but
shout out Miss Crump. Yeah, I was on behavior contract. Yeah, that was.
I was on that too.
Oh,
I was on it twice because I got kicked out.
Oh, then she gave you the second chance
to come back, and then I was on it.
Oh Lord.
But that's a story for another day.
Another day, yeah.
Okay. I would say it would be my oldest brother Chris, and then Coach Bolin was also a huge factor because he always kept it real with me. He knew how it was because he coached at all levels. He knew what I would need to be successful. He had the blueprint, laid it out for me, and I just followed his lead. Everything he said, I took it in, ingested it, and just really processed everything he said. And I seen the results pay off. So my junior year, we went to regionals, the furthest I ever been. My senior year, we also went to regionals, and we lost to the same team that won states both years. But everything he said, it paid off, and it showed everything that he said, it had an outcome to it, and that's what I really appreciate. So it was Coach Bolin did play a huge factor, and just where he grew up at from New York, he knew how it was. Right. He always kept it real, and just him living in D.C., he commuted from D.C. to Pembroke every day at 5 a.m. to drop his son off, and just it really showed me what he's saying he's doing in the background. Right. So he was legit credible source, and I just followed through. And my oldest brother, he's always had that dog mentality, so I just followed it, and that's a role model for me right there.
And you say Chris having that dog mentality, okay. So Chris, he was around because I know that's 10 to 12 years. I know my older brother was very older than me, but he wasn't around as much. Okay. So how was that? Was he always around for you?
Yeah.
How was that influence? Because my brother wasn't able to influence.
Yeah, in high school, he was always around. And when he moved out, he was still in the area. Oh, so okay. It was 5 minutes away. So if I needed him, he was there. Whatever I need, he came through. I remember back in the day when I played football, he used to have me outside tackling a tree. Because there's a tree right next to my house, where we dump our trash at. Yeah. And I was hitting that tree with my pads on, and I was like, damn, this dude is crazy. Right. I don't want to do this no more. And then we used to do this Oklahoma drill for the people who play football. Basically, two people lay on their back across from each other, and they say go, and you got to go straight at them. There's no running away. You go straight at them. And I would do that. And I would do that with him, and he was always way strong. I was always skinny. I'm just now hitting 200 pounds. I've always been a stick, and that's what people know me for. Shout out Steve. He always called me turkey leg because he said my legs look like turkey legs.
He ain't better with the hell. Shout out Steve.
Yeah, but it was always.
And before you even go on to that, I want to address this before I even lose this. In high school, your weight was always, I felt like, an issue with recruits. How did that go upon you getting a D? Was that a process where they had to talk to you about your weight because you were really skinny? Yeah. And I'm like, how are you gonna play college if you're this skinny? How are you able to gain this weight? Because you look way better. You look not way better, but you look way stronger now.
Yeah, so he filled into his body. That's what I would say.
It's because in high school, my sophomore year, that's when I had my growth spurt. So I grew 5 inches in one summer. So that's why I was tall, skinny. My feet were slow because I grew so quick. I couldn't really manage it. But that was also, obstacle going into college, getting recruited, because I always had a high metabolism. So everything I ate, it would come out me quick, and I would stay skinny. So they're like, try this protein, eat more, and it would all just come straight out of me. And that's just a part of the game. You know, Kevin Durant being my favorite player, like that's just something he works with. Like he's skinny, he know how to use his weight, and that's what I try to do. So I would go outside, play like grown men, stronger people, and learn how to use my body weight, the 165-pound frame I had, to my advantage before I could really slow it down and start gaining weight. McNew Park. Shout out everybody at McNew Park.
That's where I go down.
That's where I grew up. Yeah, that's where it at. Every day at 6 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
No, the rain, snow, sunshine, we was out there hooping, fighting, coming back with scratches all on your arm, like, and that's just what the toughness started, was in the street ball.
And also, in high school, right? How did that change go? Because in college, right? You're in high school. You're high school. Your roles are way more important. Maybe ball handling from an outside sense. Maybe you're more of a shooter.
Well, not even. Well, in high school, bro. Like as far as like if it's not as you don't really saying about the role. It's if you're in high school, if you're that good, like it's almost not. I'm not gonna say it's that easy for you, but you'll stand out. Cause like the gap from high school to college, bro, is so noticeable. Like as soon as you like, that's something I had to realize when I went to college, right? I'm like. Like I even went to college. I went and watched Wilson College play the team I played for last 4 years, and I saw like that team play. Right, I'm like, damn. Like I'm looking at dudes built like Tommy. No offense, like these is dudes like dribbling the ball up and down the court, shooting threes and shit. I'm like, oh shit. Like he's saying, like I got now that I'm here, I really gotta keep myself here. I gotta find a way to like manage and sustain myself. So that's
and what was that conversation like in college? Because I'm sure the college recruits often go to you guys and say, "Oh yeah, we want you to come here. You're going to be a star. Sell that dream." But what was that like? What was the college? What was your colleges, or what was your college specifically like in your conversation of coming to this school? Did they say that you would have to play this role, or when you came in, you would start, or if you came in, we need you to fill this rate so you can play the 3 or the 4 or the 2?
Right.
What was that conversation? Because you were playing the 3. I want to say in high school. I don't know what you were playing in college, but I assume
similar.
Similar. About the same
what was
thing.
that? Did they say you had to change your play style? What was that conversation like when he came to you, or when you first got to school?
Well, my freshman and sophomore year, really, that's when we had my boy Ibrahim Kamara. Shout out Ibrahim. That was the person who started in my position. So they was like, we like the way you played. You played like E. We want you to
play.
E played the 2-3. He really did all. That was kind of like the leading scorer. Okay. So he like, we want you to come in and do like what Ebe does. Because Ebe same height. Ebe's a little stronger though, because he was, I guess, he just built different. He was a little stronger. He was very athletic. He's from Woodbridge, so he went to Woodbridge High School. Okay. And he was just naturally athletic, so he could jump out the gym. So it's basically just come in and be his sub, if anything, like be his replacement. So that's my mindset with just going in, but. Also, mindset was like, I'm just gonna outwork everybody. So like the first summer workout we had, we was in a weight room at 6 a.m. and I wasn't used to waking up at 6 a.m. Right. College really it shocked me to waking up at 6 a.m.
So what does that even mean? How can you outwork someone if you have to wake up at 6 a.m. and you have the same workout schedule? How can you outwork someone if you have the same schedule as someone else? How can you outwork someone?
You just gotta find more time. Like we had a set schedule, so it was during our camp week. So 6 a.m. to 7 we would have lift. So I would lift, and that was my first actual lift, first college lift. So I was like, let me go hard. So I went too hard, and like I never really lifted in high school because I was like always skinny. But I think they call it lock arm. So like my biceps were so sore, like my arm was like stuck like this. Yeah. I couldn't bend it straight. So I was like, damn, I gotta chill. But I didn't chill. I was just out for like the next 2 days because like it was actually hurting me because I never lifted before. But just finding time, cause like he was 21 at that time, so he was old. So he would go out after camp, go drink, go out, do whatever. But I would stay in the gym. Right. And I actually have videos of me shooting in the gym with my other recruits, or my other teammates at the time, Xavier and Kimani. Shout out them. And I was just trying to get it out the mud, how they say, just putting in the extra reps. Cause I already knew he had the leverage, cause he's a starter.
He been an older guy.
He been here before. How can I do it? So that's all it was, just extra work.
And going into that, okay, so you have the guy in front of you. You wait. You're like, okay, when you come in, he's this age, 2 years ahead of you, right? And I hear all these stories all the time with the false sales of these dreams, right? So this guy's 2 years ahead of you. Come junior year, how do you know in those next 2 years they're not recruiting someone that's there and might be just as good as you, and now you're competing for your job?
That's the point that he's saying. Like you got to keep putting the work in, bro. Like,
but is there no trust?
That's what they do. They always try to recruit better because the coach's job is to win.
Right.
They win, they get more money.
Exactly.
It's not about how you feel. That's why they always try to recruit higher. Cause I remember one person told me like D1 schools recruit pros, D2 schools recruit D1 players, D3 players recruit D2 players, and so on like that.
Yeah.
But the coaches like from like just me being like a junior and senior, I've seen all the recruits come in. Like my school recruited a lot of top talent, and no one has committed though, because they have those top talent. They had those D1 schools, but that's what they want to do. They want the best players because they want to win.
Yeah, they want to
Because it's all about the money. They get paid more
that.
when they win.
But there's no trust. There's no trust that you go to your school for 4 years, and by your senior year, there's no guaranteed spot as you as a star.
Nope.
And you have this communication with another human being, but there's no guarantee that by your 4th year, you're telling me that your goal is to at least have a chance of obtaining pro-ship or being a Euro playing overseas, and you're telling me that all gets halted because they want to win. But what happened to the chemistry? What happened to why can't it be a process? It's a business.
It's a business at the end of the day, bro. It's a business at the end of the day.
But where's the connection between you and the coach?
If someone better than you, they gonna take your money.
They have to.
They don't want nothing to do with you because at the end of the day, they want to win.
And they have to feed their families based on how they win.
Exactly.
So
they want to win. That's all.
Mike,
doesn't matter about that.
Mike, trust me. We tapping. We are going to get into that. Trust me, bro. Next episode.
What?
That is deep.
They want money.
Trust me, that is deep.
Money.
But we got into the Marymount talk, right? Let's talk about his career at Marymount a little bit, man. First team all conference your senior year, and also DPOY in the Atlantic East, a really tough conference.
Oh no, I wasn't a DPOY.
You want DPOY?
No, that's what we all thought. I was ranked in the nation,
what?
D3 nation out of all, I think it's 530 something schools.
So they robbed him. No, that's crazy.
No, it was highway robbery because I was ranked in both categories, steals per game, like average steals per game and total skills. Total steals. So I was ranked, I think 3rd in total steals and then maybe 5th in steals per game, and y'all got robbed.
Wow.
And then when they had posted the DPOY on Instagram, because they gave it to a dude that we lost in the championship.
Right.
So I don't know what their reason was, but after they gave it out, everyone was like under the comments on Instagram, like, how y'all picked this? How y'all doing this? Like, that don't make sense.
I checked the site. It has the label for you. It don't.
Oh no, that's not for me. Steve? Huh?
No. They
from Wesley.
From Wesley. You know what I'm talking about? That nigga
Oh yeah.
That's who got it?
No. It was a dude from Newman.
Newman.
I forgot his name. He was a little guard. I forgot his name, but I didn't.
So how
get
does
it.
those metrics? Because they
That
said the
is
same thing
crazy.
about like Steph Curry gets those same steals, but how did they know if you're not staying in front of someone? Like, what if that was the problem, that maybe you're not staying in front of your man, but you're good, you have good ball
See
skills?
that could
I
have.
just don't
Do
know.
you know
I
him,
just
though?
don't know. I don't know. Maybe he was a freshman. He was
No,
getting blown by.
that-
No,
I don't
I'm
know.
talking about all 4 years. Like Zay somebody that I've watched from the outside looking in, right? Because just as hoopers, like we just naturally like keep up with the guys that we grew up with in their college careers. And I'm keeping up with him. He's making like player of the weeks. He's getting defensive player of the weeks too.
That's
right?
the thing. I got like 5 defensive player of the weeks.
Yeah.
My senior year, so like, oh yeah, Zay already got the joint.
Right.
And I got like 2 offensive player of the weeks. But this has been a thing since my junior year, because my junior year, Steve got DPOY,
Yeah.
and I was already coming. Because me and Steve, we used to bet, we used to race.
Right.
Because my junior year, me and Steve was also ranked in the nation with steals. Like,
Right.
if you pull up NCAA, you'll see both our names. And then I got in trouble with this one game, so I sat out. We had a weekend tournament. I sat out both games, and I was actually ranked ahead of Steve.
Wow.
But I missed those 2 games, and it pushed me back to maybe like 18th. But Steve went up.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, Steve just kept going up, and we kept going. But we were just racing each other to get to the top. But Steve did end up winning DPOY. You know, shout out to him.
Shout out Stevie 10, man.
That's a defender right there.
Yeah, he
So
could
how does those metrics work though with defensive player of the year? Is it just steals, or is it just
See,
if it's staying in front of your man? Is
see,
it
that might be-
efficiency? How does it work?
That might be the way. But
Yeah.
I could see why they did that. Because being on my team, I was the leading scorer and the leading rebounder.
Okay.
So the way my coach had it, like, we don't want you to guard their best player because we want you to save your energy
so
for offense.
Okay.
But most of the time I guarded the best people.
Yeah,
Right.
But it was just certain games like, oh, you're in foul trouble. Don't guard him. Guard someone else.
Yeah.
Because we need you to score on offense. And they're like, also just save your energy because in my conference, they were like double teaming me, triple teaming me,
Right.
like boxing one on me.
Yeah.
So it's like, just save your energy. And when you get on offense, then make a play.
Right.
And it was just one time my coach was like, the ball needs to touch my hand every possession.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how it was, just save your energy.
So, and I have a question for y'all, right? So, playing basketball every day for me, I feel, a lot more older. I mean, I'm 23, 22, but I play basketball 3 times a week. I get really sore. And of course, you guys say your treatment, but at what point you guys are playing every day? You guys are getting treatment. At what do you guys feel sore? Do your knees get sore when you guys?
Oh yeah, of course.
Do you
Like
stretch?
when I get
Yeah,
my
stretch.
sores-
Do you stretch?
You gotta stretch though.
with
But-
my sore
but
knees
like-
though?
Do you stretch?
Nah.
That's the thing. We stretch every day.
Yeah,
And
stretch
sore
every day,
knees
yeah.
though, like it feels like.
But I understand what Mike is saying because you imagine like you was, especially your younger years, right? When you trying to go hard to earn the spot,
Okay.
this, you going like,
See, okay, you're not used to it. Cause me and him been playing basketball for like 10+ years.
yeah.
Like consistently, like every day.
Every day.
We've been through tournaments. Like the AAU tournament grind is different. You play 4 games in a day. Did you play AAU?
Yeah,
4 games a day. You might
Oh,
play 7 in the
well,
weekend.
I ain't play all 4
7 in
games.
the
Hey,
game.
look,
Yeah, like-
hey, look, I ain't play all
And that's
4
another-
games, but I played the
and we
AAU.
talk
I
about
played
this-
1 or 2.
Yeah, we
on the bench the other-
we just our body just used to it.
Yeah.
And just stretching and taking care of your body. Like we had trainers, we had stretches. Like
Because
that's
that's
how it
why I
was.
always be thinking, like, how do players, like, how do you guys, your body has to have a limit because there's no way you're able, like, how does Kobe work out 10 hours a day? And then I just think of, like, okay,
You just
now
push-
he has all these Achilles.
You find a new limit, bro.
and I'm like, won't you
find it-
overwork your body to the point where you start
Nah.
getting injured?
Nah,
if
you
you're
will-
overworking 10 hours a day, 8 hours a day trying to.
That's
to
over.
grind.
That's overcompensating. I feel like that's
And then
a whole
your
different.
food meals aren't the same
That's
as
a,
a
I feel
professional.
like what you're saying is a different that's a different concept. Like, I feel like you're thinking about like overcompensating. Like you're putting so much work on yourself because of whatever you have
yeah,
going
you want to
on.
start. You want to, yeah.
But that's a different grind that we're talking about. Like as a hooper, like that grind, like you have to go put in. Like let's say it's practice 2 hours, right? You practice for 2 hours. You like, damn, it's only 8 o'clock. The gym is still open. What you gonna do with the time is the gym is still open? You got an hour and a half to get up more shots. An hour and a half to do another workout in. You know what I'm saying? Versus you could use an hour and a half like he was saying about dude. Shit, the joints is chilling. Like what's up? What's the word? Like
See, that's why I always thought I had a question.
and that's where people separate themselves in college, bro. It's like how bad do you want that shit, bro? Like
And
what are you willing to put yourself through to get what you want out of this?
See, that makes sense now. Your body's been used to this, and you can sit out there and do that. Because I'm like, even after having a 2 hour, how can you sit out there and want to shoot shots if you have a locked arm or if you had a long day of just whatever shooting around? How can your body, and especially since food is also a big thing in college, you guys eat shit. So how the hell are you guys doing six days a week eating shit food? I'm watching St. John's is a lot more of a better, and I'm watching them eat shit food every day, doing this 6 hours. You're telling me there's no limitation on your body where the point where
You just gotta want it.
You just gotta want it, bro.
It's really a mental thing. You gotta want it. If this is something you really want to do, then you gonna. It's like they said. I forgot the phrase, but like, you gonna work as hard as you want to breathe. Like you really want to breathe,
Right.
you gonna work, and that's the same for basketball. Like you gonna work.
Exactly. So all that work, man, you made it through. Lost a tough game in the conference to Newman that we keep mentioning. Shout out to that team. But you took that and now you about to go to Xavier, Louisiana. A step up in division. Talk about that. How did that fall through? How did that become your reality now? How's you going to New Orleans this fall? Like how did that become a thing?
Well, it's really, I talk to a lot of people. They're like, "Are you going pro, like overseas? Are you going straight to work? 'Cause I do IT. Like, what you want to do?" And my body, like I've had a lot of injuries to my body. Like my first game in college, I sprained my ankle. I was in crutches for 2 weeks.
Damn.
I pulled muscles in my back, groin, elbow, everywhere. So it was just, I want to go up another level. I want to see how it feel. I want to see how I feel on my body. So I entered the transfer portal. I actually entered the transfer portal during my season. Just get a head start. See what schools wanted me, and I would say if I wanted to, I had to go up in division, see how that was on my body, my mental, and everything. If I wanted to go pro or not.
Okay.
So then, joined the portal. Xavier reached out to me because that's where all the coaches can see all that stuff. Reached out to me, so I talked to him. I still got a feel for the coaches. Like he was actually FaceTiming me, so a lot of coaches don't want FaceTime, so I was on FaceTime with him. And then I looked on a website see if they had a program for me because I do IT, and that's like known for health school.
Yeah.
So this is actually a new program that I'm doing. It's like it's health informatics, so it's like healthcare and IT combined.
Okay.
And I've always been interested in the health field, because I wanted to be a chiropractor, stuff like that. So I was like, damn, this is a perfect fit. And then 2 weeks later, after I get accepted, I see my high school coach, Coach Bolin, send me a screenshot. I mean, a selfie with the new Xavier coach.
Right.
And I was like, God damn.
Right.
This is God's
That's
plan.
God's plan.
This is God's plan.
That's God's plan.
And they were actually at the elite camp. I was like, wow. So, they chatted up. And I was like, this is where I belong.
Right.
And, just new atmosphere. And that was actually a category on my school list was to go to HBCU. Just, be more, into it and learn more about my culture and stuff like that.
Yep.
So, I reached out to a lot of HBCU schools. And then again, I always wanted to play for a school with Xavier across the channel. 'Cause that is my name.
That's his name. Okay.
It just all fit the puzzle
All
pieces.
fits the puzzle pieces, man. And this
God's
is your
plan.
grad year, man. So definitely got to ball out, man. You got to handle your business, bro. And handle that business. Before we wrap it up, let's talk about some business. NIL deals, man. Boy got some in D3.
Oh shit.
Oh, at being a D3 player. So let's how did those come along? How did you figure out? Oh shit, I'm capable of what my talents have allowed me to, to step in the front of like businesses and be like, you know what, like I'm marketable. I can do this for you. So how did that come across?
It was just a blessing, when I found out that college athletes can, make money or profit from what they do. I got to get, my foot on this because I need some extra money.
Yeah.
I want something, nothing wrong with no extra money.
Right.
But, it's cool.
That's legal.
Yeah, it was cool. So I had my Liquid IV one. Actually, a lot of people in my school have that one. That was actually my first one. Just simple little application joint. They approve you and they just see their products. It's actually funny because I used Liquid IV the year before, and I just use it, hydrate for energy. So that's always good, And then for my second one, which was a squads player club, that's just like get together with your buddies, pickup game. They have all types of sports. They reached out to me. It's just a blessing that I can represent them and my school. So every time they come do it at my school, like I'm the face of it. You can use my code, X Reaves.
Tap in.
X Reaves gonna be at the
Talk
bottom.
about it, bro.
X Reaves, link in the description.
Yeah.
X Reaves, man.
X
Talk about
Reaves, and then you get a little discount off. But just a blessing just being able to represent. And honor that they see you. Cause like back in the day, they wouldn't have given that to me. Cause
Right,
I was
yeah.
just bad. I was a bad boy.
Right,
but now
yeah.
it's just, it's good for me because I can see improvement in my life. Like I'm stepping up.
Maturing like shit.
Yeah, maturing. Really just trying to make build a pathway for like my little brother.
Yep.
Just give him what I didn't have growing up. So
That's how I feel about my little brother, man.
that's just that's what we supposed to do as
No,
older
but-
brothers
oh,
and
really
give them
do.
what we didn't have. That's just how I get to it.
That's how we get to it.
And one last question before, I got a little basketball question going off. What are you preparing for at Xavier that wasn't at Marymount? So is it a more fast-paced, more zone defense? What are you looking to expect more? Is it going to be what do you
Definitely
expect
physicality.
Yeah, physicality.
definitely
What do you
physicality.
have to work on this offseason to prepare you for Xavier
I mean,
that you weren't prepared for Marymount?
for Xavier, like, is a step up in everything because all those guys can hoop. All those guys are athletic. They can do everything I can do. Times 10. So this summer, I'm really working on everything. I'm trying to complete my game. Fill out my body most importantly. 'Cause I do think being stronger will make me more quicker and stuff of that nature. But mainly, get my handle right because I will be going back into like that guard wing position and get my jump shot back on point. Lining my mechanics, staying disciplined.
Yep.
And just being the best I can be. I always played hard, and that's just one thing you can't, get is playing hard. It's all about your effort and attitude. You control that. So just doing that and just continue to be, elite defender. Learning, all types of news because those guys, those are pros right there. So just
They getting contracts after that. After they done over there.
And do y'all get free trainers since y'all are college, or do like people want to train y'all for free? Y'all gotta pay for them.
I mean,
It
it
depends.
depends.
It depends.
I know people they want me to pay for them, but I got people that do it for free. But honestly, at the end of the day, I don't need a trainer. All I need is a ball and a court.
In the basket.
Because I can make my own workouts.
Basketball's creative, bro. You can just literally anything you can think of in the game, you can just create some type of situation for it in a drill. So
Yeah, and they call it the Steve Nash workout, where it's just you, a ball, and a rim.
Yep.
Cause that's what Steve Nash used to do. He just go in the court with a ball and do his own stuff.
You want to get your shot, though? You know what I'm saying? At least that. You know what I'm saying? At least someone get your
it's your
shot.
rebound.
That'll teach you your hustle right there.
Yeah,
You
hustle.
shoot and you hustle, get your own rebound.
yeah, for sure.
It'll teach you.
But hey, man, shout out to Xavier Reaves, man. One more time, man. My boy is doing big things. A childhood,
Shout out him.
childhood friend, man. A Burtonsville legend, stamp on himself,
Mm-hmm.
man. Xavier, thank you one more time.
Thank
man, for being
you,
on the
thank
show.
you,
No
thank
problem.
you,
Good luck to
Xavier.
you,
Thank
man.
y'all for
At
Good luck
having
Xavier.
to you. Good luck to you. And when
This
you
is
come to
Speaking
Beeville,
Truth.
good luck to you again.
You said-
You can't guard me.
Wait, one thing I don't want y'all to forget.
Oh,
This guy, Michael, cannot guard me.
I got
Don't
film.
forget.
And I got pictures. My dad was the photographer. Yeah, you can't Photoshop a block shot. Yeah.
Hey, man,
See-
so you gonna,
Oh, no, go.
all right, man. Like I was gonna say, we gonna wrap it up, man. We always gotta wrap it up with some love, some peace, man. Love and peace. Some hair grease. Shout out to AT. He gonna be here for the next episode. This one's gonna be a good one. Sticking to the basketball. We outside this summer, man. Stay tuned for some tournaments. Stay tuned for any events that we gonna have going on, man. Trust me, it's gonna be a good one. And we gone, man. That's it.
All right.
Peace.
I bet you. Let's export that.